In the diagram below, KLMNN is parallelogram. KL is extended through L to O, and MO segment is drawn if LO segment is congruent to MO segment and measure of angle K is 64 degrees. What is the measure of angle O? So first, what we have given? We have given that KLMN is parallelogram. What it means? That side KN, segment KN is parallel to LM. Segment KL is parallel to segment NM. And of course the angle K, measure of angle K, is the same like measure of angle M. So we can write LMN, measure of angle LMN. And because we have given that measure of angle K is 64, so let me write here, we have 64, so measure of angle LMN is also 64 degrees. What else? Measure of angle N is equal to measure of angle L, KLM. Measure of angle, let me write maybe here, measure of angle N is equal to measure of angle KLM. And what else? The measure of interior angles of parallelogram is 360 degrees. When we have given these two angles, how we find these two? We have to subtract from 360 degrees these two angles, so 2 times 64 degrees, and we need to divide by 2. The measure of angle N and angle KLM, it will be 360 degrees minus these two angles and divide by 2. So this is equal 360 degrees minus 64 times 2 is 128 degrees over 2. So this is equal, we have 360 minus 128 divided by 2. So this is equal 116 degrees. We find the measure of angle N, it's 116 degrees, and my angle KLN has the same measure, 160 degrees. These two angles are congruent, and that too also. So when we have this angle KLM and we have here line KO, so we have two supplementary angles. So to find measure of angle MLO, we have to subtract from 180 degrees, because we have here 180 degrees angle, 160 degrees. So we have measure of angle OLM is equal 180 degrees, because we have supplementary angles, minus 116 degrees. So this is equal 64 degrees. So we have this angle, this is 64 degrees, because we have also given that the segment LO is congruent to MO. These two segments are congruent, so they are equal. So we can write, because segment LO is congruent to segment MO, we have given this information. LO segment is congruent to MO. So when we have these two sides congruent, it means that we have here isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle, because so triangle LOM is isosceles. Because this triangle is isosceles, it means that these two angles are congruent. So we can write from this information we have that angle OLM is congruent to angle OML. If these two angles are congruent, so they have the same measures. So measure of angle OLM is equal to measure of angle OML. So this is equal. We have this angle, we calculate OLM is 64, so this is also 64 degrees. When we have these two angles and we know that the measure of interior angles of triangle is 180 degrees, so measure of angle O, what will be 180 degrees minus 2 times 64 degrees. So this is equal 52 degrees. We found the measure of angle O. So this is my solution.